Hey guys, so I wanted to bring something directly to your attention that can be easily lost in the shuffle, especially if you're watching a lot of YouTube videos, reading a lot of books. There's a very, very simple thing that is underlying everything that has to do with manifestation, how your life is manifesting itself as a reflection of you. And that simple thing is that you in your life right now have exactly what you believe you deserve to have. If you stop and get really honest with yourself and you look around, you're going to realize that deep down, the way your life is right now is an exact match for what you think you deserve. And it's really simple and really easy to know that this is true because human beings are incredibly powerful. They're incredibly adaptable, resilient, able to change. And if you truly believed that you were not a match for everything going on with you, you would do something to change it without even meaning to. That's just how this stuff seems to play out. And I've lived through this myself a couple different times. You know, I've had a few moments of reckoning where I realized that my outer reality was not a match for who I had become. And everything changed rapidly as soon as I put two and two together with that. Like, I knew it was just a matter of time until the outer changed. And my point in saying this today is just to shine a light on it. It can become so easy to get mired in, kind of like to get on a hamster wheel with just this life that you've been living and toiling away at. People, I think, tend to lapse into the day-to-day tasks and struggles and putting forth the effort for just the day-to-day living, and totally forget that nothing changes that way. It only changes mentally. And so when you look at your life and there are things in it that just are consistently unsatisfying or consistently falling below where you think you should be, there's an ever-present source of unhappiness, something like that. There is, and this is when, Esther Hicks and, when people say you're a vibrational match for things, I just don't think that really makes sense to people. To try to put it in real terms, and, this might not be exactly accurate, but it's close enough. If there's something in your life that is consistently not right, or that has recently become bad and you can't seem to get it to go back to being good, there is something that you are thinking about that. There's something you're thinking about yourself. There's something that you believe that is causing that to remain there. And so to put it in real terms, like terms that you might be able to actually think about, understand, and do something with, it's something that you can stop and think about and say, why do I feel like I'm a match for this? Why do I really feel like I deserve this? Why do I feel like this is the life I belong in? Because I guarantee you do. If you don't, then whatever is wrong will rapidly change. So if you truly don't believe, you can think, I'm better than this, I'm better than this, I'm better than this about things in your life, but you can also think, but this is just people's lot in life, to live a life that is beneath them. It's just stupid luck where you're born or what you're born into. So while I'm better than this situation, there's no chance of me ever getting out of it. That's the vibrational match that keeps you. That's what they're talking about, the vibrational match. So this is why I think, when I hear people talking about just adopting a state or just repeating an affirmation or something like that, you could repeat an affirmation all day. And unless it's the exact right thing that addresses this exact problem, you can repeat, I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy all day. But if you're in a situation where you're destitute and you just kind of think that's your lot in life, you're a match for that. Because when you think it's your lot in life, it will be. I mean, there are these beliefs that people have that just keep them in a prison, and they don't even realize that it's just a belief. It's literally just a belief. Even if you can observe it being true all over, that doesn't mean it has to be true for you. That's really the big one. We live in this world where all kinds of things appear to be a certain way, and there are statistics, and you can observe something happening the same way over and over again and just say, well, I have no chance of that being different because I just saw it happen to 10 people the same exact way. All of my relatives have experienced this. And so therefore you just kind of get suckered into buying that belief. But if you look at something playing out in your life, there's always a belief supporting you experiencing that. And so I don't know. I think this can really get lost in the shuffle. It can really become obscured or be forgotten, or just not connected, not realized that you have this thing in your life that makes you unhappy, but you don't truly feel that you are worthy of better. This is what it always comes down to. I swear to God, throughout the time I've been making this channel, I just really saying absolutes makes me a little sick. I don't like saying that, but I over and over and over again. And I mean, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking, is this just my belief? Am I just seeing evidence of this? Is just confirmation bias? But I try to approach everything with a totally open mind, and I think I'm pretty successful with that. It's really hard for me to form a rigid belief without just having seen it play out and having it make sense from the perspective of all of my experience, which has heavily been evidence that we are creating everything with our minds. And I really hate to use absolutes, but it just always seems to come back to a self problem. It comes back to, self-loathing, just not feeling like you matter, not feeling significant. Same thing. It always comes back to a problem with self. It's always something that you're thinking about yourself, and it always seems to come down to this core root error of not being able to understand that you're already just completely okay, completely whole. It's like the failure to understand that causes every problem. And bullshit societal programming really, really complicates that and magnifies it. Anyway, I don't know if that made any sense. I, again, have recently decided that I'm not going to question too much the things I say on this channel or how they're presented, or if I like the delivery or any of that. And believe me, I have deleted hundreds of videos because I just didn't like how I was coming across in them. But I think that's a mistake. I'm acting under compulsion to make this video. You're acting under compulsion to watch it, especially if you've made it this far. I think you should take what I just said to heart and realize that your entire life is a perfect reflection of what you believe you match with. And if by some strange stroke of weirdness you're on this video and you really feel like you have elevated out of the current life you've been living, I think you should expect to see sweeping changes, not in years, really quickly, when you realize I am not a match for this life, and you really, really feel that and know it, there is just no choice but for things to change. That's the nature of this whole thing. There's just no choice. Everything will act through you and around you and respond to this different, you know, to use another Abe Hicks term, this different frequency. I mean, all these words that are like woo-woo make perfect sense. When you're coming at everything in life from a different mind, you're a different person. You create a different reality. It's really fucking simple. Like, this has been overcomplicated and dressed up in stupid clothing to sell products and courses and other shit, and for people's self-aggrandizement, and it's annoying. And so anyway, have a great day.